Okay, all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, through his son, Yahushua HaMashiach, who we've been taught to call Jesus Christ. We give all honor and glory to the Most High for bringing us together and allowing us to go through another topic in this series. So today what we're going to touch on is the subject of how the Negroes have forgotten their Israelite origin. So without further ado, let's get the message started. Let them be scattered abroad among the heathen. Let their names be put out of the earth, for they have despised my covenant. So in the previous video, we already went over the dispersion of the children of Israel, the scattering of the 12 tribes of Israel. They're not actually in Israel today. So the people who are living in Israel today, there are the Gentiles, just like Christ prophesied. We already went over there in the previous video. If you haven't watched that, then you should go back and watch it, and you will know where I'm coming from. So God says, let them be scattered among the heathen, so that their name will be put out of the earth. So that actually means that their names will no longer be in remembrance as Israelites. They will no longer be remembered as Israelites because they have despised my covenant. That's what it means. Because we have despised the covenant of the Most High. We did not want to keep God's laws. We say the laws are done away with. So God says, okay, you know what? I'm going to suppress your name. I'm going to take your name out of the earth so that you will no longer be called the chosen people of God or the Israelites, the children of Israel. So that's what it means. It doesn't mean that he doesn't talking about people's personal name. No, that's not what it's referring to. It's not referring to my personal name. It's referring to their names as Israelites. Let their name be put out of the earth. God is the one who did that because we did not want to keep God's laws. The Most High did that. That was part of the curses. Watch. The Lord will strike you with madness and blindness and confusion of mind, and you shall grope at noonday as the blind grope in darkness, and you shall not prosper in your ways. So this is a very important passage here. A lot of people don't understand that. He says the Most High God will strike you with madness and confusion and blindness of mind. This is not talking about us being literally blind or going mad or somebody who's losing their mind. No, that's not what he's referring to. He's actually referring to a spiritual blindness, spiritual madness, that we will be losing our spiritual sight. We will forget about our roots and where we came from. And when we forget about our root and where we came from, we're going to be wandering, we're going to be walking around and groping at noonday as a blind gropes in darkness, because we don't know where we came from. And we're going to be going around, we're going to go off and worship other gods. And by worshiping other gods, God's going to get jealous. The Most High God is going to get jealous and punish us. He's going to continue to put the curse on us because we are worshiping other gods, because we are mad and blind anyway, spiritually blind. We don't know who we are. So the Most High is the one who did that, so that we will forget about our Israelite roots and where we came from. And with that, it will continue to punish us as a result of our disobedience. So God is the one who made us blind. He made us forget about where we came from. And he says, we will not prosper in our ways. This is the main reason why we are struggling as a people. This is why our countries are the last. This is why we can't prosper. Because we are going the wrong way. We are not worshiping the true God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's the one who did that. That was part of the curses. And you shall be only oppressed and robbed continually, and there shall be no one to help you. And you're going to be over there in Africa after you are scattered among all people on earth. You're going to be over there in Africa. You're going to be oppressed. You're going to be over there in America or in the European countries or whatever you're going to be scattered to. Wherever you're going to be scattered, you're going to be oppressed by the white man. That's what he said. I'm going to send the white man over there in Africa, and I'm going to send you among the white men over there in Europe or in America, and you're going to be oppressed. And in Africa, you're going to be robbed continually. You're not going to be taking advantage of your own natural resources. The white man is going to take advantage of that because you did not want to keep my covenant. And nobody's going to save you. Nobody's going to be able to redeem you out of this slavery. That's what God said. God is the only one to solve black people's problem. Politics or anything else is not going to be able to redeem them out of this slavery. Only God is going to do it because He's the one who did that. He's the one who put the curse on us. So He's going to be the one to lift up those curses off of us. For the Lord has poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and have closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers, have He covered. So God has a spirit of deep sleep on all people out there. He has a deep sleep on your rulers, your so-called priests. He has a deep sleep on your pastors, your rulers. He has a deep sleep on all people out there, especially the black people, because remember, this is the prophet Isaiah that was talking to the 12 tribes of Israel. He was talking to the Israelite, because the Old Testament is only dealing with the children of Israel, which is another reason why the white man, the Vatican, the Roman Catholic Church, they are not promoting the Old Testament. They're only dealing with the New Testament. They're going out to Africa, giving away the so-called New Testament for free. They made millions of copies of the New Testament, and they gave it away to the children of Israel in Africa, to black people in Africa and all over the world, to trick the mind of the people, to make them believe that the Old Testament is done away with. That's why they say the laws are done away with, to keep us in sin, so that God will continue to punish us. And we don't even understand what is written in the New Testament, because we don't have a good foundation of the scriptures. In order for you to understand the New Testament, you got to understand the Old Testament. And they knew who we are, but they're not going to tell us in the Christian church, because it's meant to be deceptive. So God has a deep sleep on us. This is the other reason why we have forgotten about our Israelite origin and where we came from, because we did not want to keep God's laws. God has poured out a spirit of deep sleep on us. And the reason why He has it, because we didn't want to keep, He didn't want us to understand His word, because we didn't want to keep His commandment. So your Christian pastors, your Christian priests, they are not teaching you the truth. Everybody has a deep sleep on them. especially the Negroes out there. God is the one who did that. God is the one who did that. But eventually, as prophesied, God is going to lift off these curses. He's going to remove these spirits of deep sleep off of us, and we're going to be able to process the word properly. And that's what we doing in the last days. That's what we're doing right now in the last days. That's what God is doing right now. God is pouring out the spirit of truth on these chosen people in these last days. That's why we are waking up to our true identity as Israelite. And now it's up to us to teach the rest of the world. It's up to us to teach the truth to the rest of the world, because the Gentiles and the Christian church have not done their job at all. There's no truth in the Christian church. There's no truth at all. The Christian church is meant to keep the minds of black people enslaved. So you will never learn anything in the Christian church. That's why people are going to be surprised, or some people are very surprised when they see those videos or those messages. And some people get mad at us because they never heard of anything like this. Why? Because God has poured out a spirit of deep sleep on us, so that we will not know the truth. And why? Because we broke God's covenant. So this is the reason why. This is actually why and how we forgot about our roots, our Israelite roots, and where we came from. But eventually, in the last days, God is going to wake us up, and that's what He's doing. He's doing it already. That was a prophecy. This is a prophecy that's being fulfilled, and we're going to go over these prophecies in the future videos, if it may be the Most High's will. So hopefully you've been edified and you understood this lesson. Stay tuned for more update, because there's a lot of things that the Bible has in store that you will not learn in a Christian church. Like I said earlier, the Christian church is meant to be deceptive, to keep your mind enslaved. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channels, share the videos, so that the word can be spread throughout the four corners of the earth as prophesied. And with that, I say peace and blessing.